Good day and welcome back to my channel. So we're going to give a quick update on where I am on the work of Serenity. I'm into the long involved piping phase. So adding all the pipes to the back end. So I got these done and then I got to looking at it. Now these pipes are shown in the instructions to be flat. But then as I look at some of the other pictures that I have, you know, the photos that I have of this, that part of it, on this one anyway, is lost in the ring, right? So this right here, you can't really see it. So I tried it, right? I went ahead and I put this on with the cover ring, and it turns out these hit this here. So I'm gonna have to go back and redo. I'm gonna have to cut these out, cut these down, and then bend them up to shorten that a bit, to kind of curve those in. These, right, are a decent start. Now I'm learning some tricks about how all of the piping works, and there's a reason I'm starting off in the bottom, because a good chunk of these are going to be hidden and they're down at the bottom, so the accuracy is less important as the ones up top. So I'm learning the tricks, but I'm following the same pattern. You know, two go down, the one comes up and goes over to here. Then I'll have at this spot here, and there's no note that there's, you know, I don't have a little housing there, but at this spot here, which is just about the lower end of this pedal, so it'd be like right there, which is what we had there. We'll do the same thing. We'll have one that'll come down to here, and then two more that'll go out and go up. I do have one that goes from here to here, which will be this one here. So I've got this was sort of the hard part, and then we'll have one big drastic one here now. Here you can see there was and if you look at some of the other videos, you'll see that there were these two pieces that came up from here, but they were the same diameter of this pipe. So what you were supposed to do with the rod that they give you was just attach to it and go. But because I'm using the metal, I didn't have a way to attach, so I had to cut it off and then drill. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just drilling the holes out to drop these guys in. We'll seal those up once I have them completed and, you know, where they need to be. And, you know, then we'll hit it with a, you know, hairy brush to paint and shade and start. This is a little bit frustrating, but it's actually kind of rewarding. Just getting them to come out the way they need to do. I have to be very patient with the bending and the shaping. I'm gonna have to do the same thing here, but you know, to go back, redo these, I'm gonna have to cut these guys off, then reglue them. This is all super glue, so they'll come out all right. But yeah, this is it's coming along. Once I get this in, I'll hit all this with a satin coat, and then I can go in and I can hairy brush these and get them the colors I need them to be. So that's the tail. Let's take a look at the body. It'll take a second here. So the body, I'm actually getting some progress done. So if you look at a lot of the images of Serenity, you get that two-tone color around the intakes, and I've done that just by a little bit of shading there, and then all I'm doing is bits and pieces of shading, some subtle, some a little less so. And here I'm starting to do the weather, the dirt and grime that gets into the corners of the edges, right? So that one there, we can get that to focus. There we go. You know, that panel here. there's just this little bit of grime that's on the edge of that panel. And that's what I'm going to have to do all the way around this. So it's going to be a very slow, methodical process. That's why I have this in here, so that I can work it. I do have the engine nozzles on now. So like when you look up in there, you'll see the lights. Gradually doing the shading around here, and then we'll build these up and then get all of those parts done. Once I get this sort of generally done, I can clear these off and build the windows. I do need to go through and do the whole underside, right? Put the blue colors, and then do, all these things, the panels and so forth. So, I mean, I've got a lot left to do, but I'm having to do this sort of one panel at a time almost. So I'm doing, it's like these little panels here, and then gradually building up the look, right? And I'm trying to keep it sort of random. Building up some of this here. We'll come back, dry brush some of it to brighten it up, and just gradually taking it one panel at a time, slowly building all this up until I get the overall look I want. Now, the one thing I'm seeing is this is a little bit shinier than this. I'm going to have to maybe give this one just a little dusting of the brownish shade, just to kind of bring that back. Yeah, I still have quite a bit to do, right? But I wanted to sort of take a moment and show where I'm going, right? So I don't do a lot of how to, right? But I'm trying. But I'm using this gunmetal, right? I'm also using, there we go. And I'm also using the silver. So the two game color, these are giving me multiple shades of silver. And then the primary shade I'm using is this, the Citadel Agrax Earth shade. And this is just built up a little bit, and I can go back here. This is the bright silver. This was the gunmetal spray, and then this is just a shade, one coat of shade of the Agrax Earth shade, which is giving it that slightly off color. This is Null Oil here along the edges. We'll have to go back in dry brushes to sharpen that up, and then maybe I'm gonna have to do some shading in around through here as well. But it's it's coming along. It's a fun project. I'm learning a lot. I'm really learning a lot. I'm also learning a lot about my own patients. So this is kind of exciting. So with that said, I've waffled a bit. This one will be a shorter video than normal, and I will be back next time with the next phase. Hopefully I'll have the piping done and I can get into the details of that. So until next time, I will say happy modeling and see you next time.